Hey everyone, welcome back. Chad Sinclair here, sponsored with Punisher Skateboards, Heart, Mind, Soul, Crop King Seeds, Community Board Shop, and Sinclair's Motorsports. So today I'm going to be setting up my first ever freestyle skateboard. That's right, it's my first ever freestyle skateboard, and I actually got some freestyle parts for it specifically. So what we got here is a Kabod skateboard here, which was given to me at the World Roundup from the Kabod guys out in Calgary or Edmonton. I really appreciate that. I'm going to test it out. So I got that board here, which is actually really small. I'll compare it to a 7.75 Punisher board. I also got some Mode Skateboard Freestyle wheels, which are 55mm and 99/8 deep offset. I also got some Andale abec 7 bearings. I got some Davert Skid Plates, which I've never installed before, so this is going to be fun to do. I'm not sure which trucks will actually fit the freestyle board, so I'm going to try my old Thunders and hopefully those will work. I got some stickers and I got some Jessup Grip tape and also some other really thick grip, like really grippy grip, basically asphalt or shingle grip from like the store you can get at Home Depot. It's actually really strong, and I figured I'd put that on the tail, the nose, and give it a little bit more extra grip for when I'm trying to do freestyle tricks. Alright, so I have a Punisher 7.75 here, and you can see the difference between the two boards right off the bat. Like, look at that. This board is about a little bit thinner width-wise, but when it comes to length, it is way smaller. So take a look at that. That just shows you the difference between a street park board and a freestyle board. They both have concave, and they're both made out of Canadian maple. And yeah, it's just the size difference, as you guys can see here. So to show you guys, basically if you put this all the way to the edge, it has a little bit of an extra lip here, but then the tail and the nose, and if you drag this freestyle board all the way to the end to make it even, and then you look at how much more extra that board has, and that's the smallest skateboard you can get, 7.75. So this is obviously a lot smaller. Most boards have a length of 32 inches, and the freestyle board has a length of basically 28 and a half, almost 28 and a quarter. Yeah, so that just shows you the difference between the two style boards right there, and of course you can get bigger boards like 11s and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. I thought I'd share that with you guys. So like I said, we got the Kabod, Stephen R. Elkinson, Mode Skateboard Freestyle wheels, Andale Bearings, abec 7, Davert Freestyle Skid Plates, some stickers, and Thunder Light trucks. And of course Jessup Grip tape and some other grip tape. And I got some Bow Shield lubricant for the bearings later. So like I said, this is my first time setting up a freestyle board. Let's see here. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to put the stickers on, the grip tape, skid plates, and then the truck's wheels and bearings, because these, I believe, you have to actually drill into the board. I'm not familiar with that, so we're gonna learn together on how to install skid plates and how to install or set up a freestyle board. Alright, so instead of me just doing this all really slow, I'm just gonna like fast forward it, and you guys can speed it up. I'll speed it up, so I'll just like, and then I'll talk a little bit about everything in between, and I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do grip tape and all that as well, but you guys can check it out. Alright, so you guys are probably confused on what I'm doing right here right now. Like I said earlier, I got a piece of Jessup grip tape that I had, so I'm using that for the center, and then I got some basically grip from the roofing material from like Home Depot or Rona, and I'm using that for the tail and the nose, so that's why. And I'm leaving like a line in between, I don't know, just to do something different, just to show you guys how to grip if you guys don't know how to do grip. I'll basically explain it to you here. This stuff is a lot stickier, I've noticed, on the back than the actual Jessup grip tape or any other grip tape. It is also a lot thicker than grip tape, I've noticed too. You can see a difference there between the Jessup and the actual roofing material. It's like a little bit thicker. So all you do is just peel it off, figure out where you want to line it up, be careful, and just basically gently place it there like that. and then what you want to do is just pat down around the middle towards the outside, so work in the middle and then out the outside and press it down like so to work out all the air bubbles. Do that all over, and I've got to do the last piece on the nose here, or the tail, which one it is. It's the nose. Tail, actually. Getting familiar with the freestyle board. It's going to be so much fun to actually skate. So then all you do, again, line it up, figure out where you want it, place it down, pat it out, and now the fun part. You can either use a file, or you can use an old skateboard truck, or you can use a skateboard tool. I prefer to use an old truck, and what you're going to want to do is score the edges. And what scoring means is you're going to take a truck or a file and basically just rub it along the outside edge. And what that's going to do is score and make a line. So just give me a second here and I'll actually do a proper scoring and show you. Alright, so there you go. That's a proper scoring right there. So you're going to score the grip tape so it's in line with the actual board itself, and then it's going to be a little bit more stuck, and then you're going to take a razor blade and you're going to slice that all along the line. So I'm just going to score it all really quick and cut it really quick. Alright, so now that you're done scoring, you take a really sharp razor blade. This one's really dull, but then you just basically slowly cut around where you just scored. You should cut like this, nice and gently, while pulling the grip tape towards you, which then helps it nice even cut, as you can see here. I'm kind of giving it a scissor motion because my razor isn't that sharp, but if you have a sharp razor, then you just go like that, like so, and it's just one smooth slice. And like I said, you need a really sharp razor blade for it, and I'm just kind of doing it half-assed because it's dull, but let's get this all cut up and then we'll set up the rest. Alright, so there you have it. That board's all cut out, gripped, and ready to go with stickers. Now all I gotta do is set up the skid plates, the trucks, the wheels, and the bearings. So check that out. We got Jessup grip tape, and then we got some roof grip, and that is really grippy. This is grippy, but it's more smooth than this. This is like hardcore grip. It's gonna destroy my shoes. So that's how you grip your board, and if you want to, you can also save the pieces that you cut off, because freestyle skateboarders need grip on their tail and stuff for when they put their shoes on. So you can also use that to put grip here. But I already got stickers there, and I want to set up the skid plates, and then if I got room, then I'll put another sheet of grip. Kind of ruined my sticker job, but that's all good. First time setting up a freestyle board. Alright, so a really handy tool for scoring the grip is just an old truck like this, as you can see. If you got something like that, it works great, because if you don't have a file, or like I said, you can use your tool. So now we're going to have to set up the skid plates, the Davert Skid Freestyle Skid Plates. It says that it's a skid plate for freestyle skateboards. It prolongs the life of the deck, prevents razor tail for the tail and or nose. It's made in Australia. Cool. So let's open this up and see how these are installed. It says that the instructions are on the inside, which they are right there. So once you open it, you get your instruction manual there. And it basically says, hold or clamp the freestyle skid plate in the desired position on the underside of the deck. Mark the hold positions through the freestyle skid plate on the deck. Remove the freestyle skid plate, drill holes to the deck, use number 8 or 5mm, push the rat nuts in the top, blah 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 blah. We don't need instructions, we'll figure this out. So let's see here. Let's see what we got in this bag from Davert Freestyle Skid Plates. So we got a nose and a tail skid plate, and these actually prevent razor tail. Helps prolong the life of your nose and tail, so even street skaters can use these, but I don't know how they'd work with no slides and tail slides. I don't know personally, I'd have to try it out. So these would be mounted on the underside. Let's see, we got a cool Davert keychain here. We got the rat nuts, and and I guess we got 2 Davert skate stickers, which will add to the bottom. So let's figure out how we do this. What you're gonna want to do with the skid plates is you're gonna want to line them up on the tail where you're gonna want to put them exactly, either right up against the actual tail wood itself. But if you're doing pogos, your tail is gonna be actually bashing and denting in. So I suggest, if you're doing pogos and stuff, to give a little bit of a clearance, just so the board has room to bash into the actual skid plate itself. The one thing I do notice about this board is the tail's a little bit thicker than the actual nose. The nose is a little bit narrow, so if I put the skid plate completely up, as you can see, there's going to be a bit of some sticking out. So I don't know if I'm going to have to shave that down, sand it, or if I just position the skid plate a little bit more further up on the nose, but then it would be even on the sides. But then, as you can see, there's a huge gap on the nose, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, if I'm just gonna mount it all the way up to the top and then shave it down, or just mount it a little bit down. I would like to try the skid plates out with a nose slide and stuff like that, so I'm not sure. This is my first time setting up a freestyle board. I'm not familiar how it's going to affect it, but I guess we'll just set it up and go from there. So like I said, what you're going to want to do is set up your skid plate on where you want it, either right up against the tail or a little bit further up, just to give a little bit of a space. Then you take a black marker, and what you're going to want to do is mark the dots, because there's 2 dots inside, and you want to hold it really firm, and then you're just going to go dab, dab, and then you got 2 dots there, and then that's where you're going to be drilling, so you got to do that on the nose as well. Alright, so to drill the skid plates, you're going to need either a hand drill, or like myself, a drill press. But I recommend getting an old piece of wood or an old broken board and drilling the hole first, just to test it out to make sure it's the right bit. Alright, so we got our test hole there. Basically, you can just take the rat nuts from the skid plates and just make sure that fits through there, and it will suck in like so. So that works perfectly right there, as you can see. Actually, perfect bit, perfect hole. So now that's all good. We can install the skid plates, or drill the holes on the other board, and then install the skid plates. Alright, so I'm actually going to drill the holes now on the nose and the tail. Wish me luck. Alright, so there you go. I got the holes drilled on the nose and the tail. Hopefully that bit lined up really good for them, as you can see here. So I do recommend gripping your freestyle board and then drilling and then mounting the skid plates. Alright, so now it's time to mount the skid plates. Alright, so you got your skid plates and you got your screw with a little rat nut. And what you're going to do is do the screw in the rat nuts. Put the skid plate on like so, and then what you're going to do is put your screws through the bottom and then hopefully through the holes there, like so. And then what you're going to do is then put the rat nut through the top and then screw from the bottom through the top. So put that on. Screw it in. Alright, so I find the easiest way to install the skid plates is you take the top of the rat nut, this part right here, and you actually just pop it through the top like so. And then that way that's already in place, and then you just put the skid plate on. So I'll show you. I got the bottom ones on, and then what you're going to do is put your skid plate on, and you're going to need a screwdriver, by the way. And you're going to be screwing these in so they catch the rat nut on the other side. So probably hold that in. Yeah, I can feel it catching it. And then there you go, you just spin it and get it in. Hold the rat nut on the bottom and then just screwdriver the screw in, and you'll feel it actually snug up and it will actually suck the rat nut in. And you can do that on both sides. And what I mean by sucking in is like is the top here, the rat nuts will actually suck into the board a little bit. So instead of having a little bit of a millimeter lip, it'll actually be flush. But yeah, that's the skid plate installed on the tail right there. All good to go. And now we're gonna do the nose. So exactly like the nose or the tail. So the exact same steps with the nose. You take your rat nut and the hole that you drilled, you pop it in through the top, going down to the bottom like so. You just press it in really hard, and then what you're gonna do is flip over and you're gonna take your skid plate and line it up with the holes, and then you're gonna pop your screws into the holes like so, and then you're just gonna take your screwdriver and tighten it up. And you'll feel them get a little bit tighter and they'll snug up. So that one's good. And now we just gotta get this one. And you can actually move your skid plate so you can actually have it a little off or completely straight and centered the way it should be. So we'll put it complete. You see how I can do that? So what we're gonna do is move that up a little bit, tighten this one a bit. Down on the bottom if it's not tightening, and then it will tighten. There you go, nice and snug, good to go. Just gonna reset this one a little bit. There we go. There you go. Skid plates all installed. There's your rat nuts on top, and like I said, they'll suck in. You can see the difference between that one and that one because I didn't tighten that one all the way. My skid plates are off a little bit, as you can see, but I'm going to be shaving these down anyways. Alright, so I got the skid plates all on. I got them on the tail. The tail actually lined up really perfectly. A little extra gap there, so when you're doing your pogos, you're not pogoing on the plastic, because if you pogo on the skid plate and you have it straight, you'll actually break the hardware and bash the skid plate off. That's why you have to have a little bit of gap. But the nose, since it was a little bit more narrow, I did leave a little bit of a gap, but as you can see, the board has a narrow nose, so the skid plates are actually hanging off the edge here, so I'm just gonna have to sand it down and smooth it out. So it's actually a custom freestyle board actually because of that reason, and these skid plates do come in different shapes and sizes as well. And now since I have Davert skid plates, I might as well put that Davert sticker on this board. Alright, so now it's time to not only set up my wheels with the bearings, but also the trucks. So my trucks are old, so I gotta take off the old wheels and the hardware and set it up. So I'm gonna do that quickly, and we'll be right back to put the wheels together on the trucks. Alright, so I took the old wheels off the old Thunder trucks. Look at how dirty these are, but yeah, I took the old wheels off the Thunder trucks. I'm gonna be adding the Kabod Freestyle Skateboard wheels, which should make it so the nut won't actually be exposed like other skateboards. The thing about the Thunders are they're really good on control, and the one thing is I'm not sure if the trucks are too wide for the actual board, so I might have to switch them out later with a smaller pair, but for now I'm just gonna set them up like. Alright, there we go. We got both Thunder trucks on, nice and tight. Woo, Thunder. Hollow lights. I think they are a little bit too wide, but that's alright. Now it's time to put the Andale abec 7 bearings into the Kabod Freestyle Skateboard wheels. Super excited to skate these. Never skated a set of Kabod Freestyle wheels. It's going to be my first time skating anything freestyle related. Alright, so here we go. Andale abec 7 bearings. Super stoked to try these out. I've actually won these at the Andale manual contest at Ambleside Park a couple of years ago. It's like 2 years ago. I did like a dolphin flip down the 5-stair. It was really sick. I'm not too familiar with the Andale. I've just heard they're really good. This is higher quality steel, races, better quality and grade balls, and superior surface finish. Single non-contact removable rubber shield for easy cleaning and less friction. High-speed nylon ball retainer. High impact testing. These bearings have been tested against crushing forces of over a ton. That's a spicy ollie. Over a ton. That's crazy. And it says hot abec 7. It's got a chili pepper on the back. So we got Andale. So let's put these in the wheels. There we go. abec 7 Andale Bearings. Super stoked to try these out. Perfect. Beautiful.
Little dust. Oh, that should spin. Oops.
Yeah, you can use a drill press to press your bearings in, but you got to make sure that when you do press it that you have a socket or something that's going to press on the outer ring of the bearing. On the outer ring, not the inside ring, or on the actual the shield itself, or you'll actually damage the bearings. Some Bow Shield T9 waterproof lubrication, rust and corrosion protection. This was actually for BMX and bicycles that I got from Vegas at a convention center for free to test out, and I use them on my bearings. You add a little bit when you press them in, and then add a little bit more when you're done, just to, you know, have them slide in a little bit easier, just like so. You can see my dad doing that right now. Is that the wheels and the bearings didn't come with the insert, usually the spacer in between, but that's okay. I didn't bother putting a spacer in them. One thing I did notice though, that these trucks are too big. As you can see here, when I go to put it on the Primo, it does go in a slant. It should be straight like that, but it's actually off a little bit, so I'll just have to get some smaller trucks later and switch that up. It should be like that, and there's a little bit of a gap, so the trucks are a little too big. As you can see, the wheels are above the actual board, where they should be actually flush with the board. So when you go to do a Primo, your feet are flush not only with the wheel but the board here. As you can see there, it's got like a little bit higher, so it's not as flush, so it's got that little bit of a wobble to it, so I'll just have to switch that out later. Also, this is why I was so interested in wanting to try freestyle wheels compared to street wheels. So regular skateboard wheels for street, park, or whatnot have it so the nut actually sticks out of the kingpin axle like so. Oh, the kingpin's there, my bad. So the axle, so the nut is actually sticking out of the axle, like you can see there. It's not flush with the wheel, so it's actually sticking out. So when you go to do a Primo trick, you're actually hitting your nut and the wheel isn't actually completely straight. Whereas these freestyle wheels, as you can see, have it so the nut actually is inside the wheel, so when you actually take it to do a Primo and you land, you're actually solid on the wheel, the whole circumference of the wheel, rather than the actual nut. And that's how people are really good at Primo stalls, rail stalls, and that coconut wheelie. I was actually informed and told by Ryan Bernelson yesterday that in order and only way you can do the coconut wheelie trick is when you have wheels like this where the nut isn't sticking out and they're not like that. It's really, he said it's impossible to do them on street or park wheels. You literally need specific freestyle deep set wheels. Alright, so I guess it's that time to test this out and see how it is, other than the trucks are a little too big, so the Primos are going to be a little off, but other than that, let's try it out. Forgot to mention, when I put the wheels in, I like to tighten them and loosen them so there's just a little bit of a free there. And yeah, I'm really stoked. I'm going to be putting some of that Boschel T9 in there, and also I got to still shave down the nose, as you can see there with the plastic, but other than that, let's try it out. Alright, so this is my first time ever skating a freestyle board with skid plates and freestyle wheels. Let's see how it is. And mind you, it is a lot smaller than I'm used to, so it's gonna take a little getting used to. Whoa, those skid plates are actually really slippery. That's probably how those guys do the 360s really well. Oh yeah, I can feel that. Let's see. So I can do 360 here. Wow, yeah, those skid plates make a big difference. That's for sure. Those skid plates, they actually help you slide really good. Try an ollie with it. Freestyle ollie. Whoa. Okay, so for it being a lot shorter, I feel a big difference when I go to do an ollie because it's smaller, right? So you don't have much room for your feet, but you can still do it. Oh, nice. That felt pretty cool. All right, let's try a Primo stall. Yeah, I need new trucks. You can see majorly I need new trucks. For Primo, they're way too off. You can see that. Clearly for now, I'm not going to be able to do rails until I get smaller trucks. I gotta say is the grip from there to there is huge difference. I might actually start using roof shingle tape rather than grip tape because it's actually really grippy compared to the actual Jessup grip or mock grip. So that's actually really cool. That's actually pretty sweet. And then the skid plates make it so you can slide, which is actually really cool. I like it because it makes it feel really smooth when you're doing spins and dragging that tail. It's really nice. I like it. You're doing free dance there. So yeah, overall the board feels really good. It's gonna take some while to get used to because it's small. Let's try a couple other freestyle tricks. Alright, so I just landed a new freestyle trick. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm pretty stoked that I landed it. The board's really awesome. That grip that I put on, the extra, is actually really grippy. It's tearing my thumbs apart and my fingers. And yeah, we'll try a couple of street tricks on it now. Dolphin flip to Primo. Woo! Dolphin double flip on a freestyle board. Woo! Yeah! Dolphin double flip on a freestyle board. Woo! Yeah! Alright, so here's my honest review on this board. It kicks ass. Sorry for swearing, but it's awesome. It's a lot smaller and shorter than I'm used to. But once you get used to it, you're spinning double flips, dolphin double flips, triple flips, like it's absolutely nothing. And then I learned that new freestyle trick where I hand grab and like, I don't know, hard flip or something. I don't know, you guys can tell me what it's called, but overall this board is amazing. These skid plates are amazing. They don't seem to affect my tricks at all. I'm gonna try it on some nose and tail slides later. But overall, just for flat ground, I can't tell these are here. But if these prolong your tail and your nose and how slippery they are, amazing, amazing. And then these Mode Freestyle Skateboard wheels, really big, really smooth. And I'm really looking forward to getting a proper pair of trucks that will actually be flat and even to learn some freestyle primo tricks and real style tricks. Because right now I can't do that on this board, but overall, just phenomenal, phenomenal. Just gonna order some Thunders that are smaller, because Thunders are the best. And yeah, if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, hit me up. I'll put some of the links in the description below. And I can also order all this stuff because I have my own shop. So you guys know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video.